It's Tuesday, April 16th, 2019, and this is 5 on your side at 10. A close call on a restaurant patio. A driver nearly takes out a family. Neighborhood kids accused of making threats, and they're caught on a neighbor's doorbell cam.
When I posted the video on the thing, 10 minutes later, a cop pulled up my house.
An attempted kidnapping at a Metrolink stop. A little girl almost snatched away from her mom. And so much for student loans. WashU now offering free tuition for thousands of students. You've seen the videos, cars out of control, wildlife at the front door, people stealing packages. But this video, caught by a smart doorbell cam, got the attention of Florissant police. Officers say they've arrested 2 kids for making threats. And they tell reporter Sarah Maki they hope to see more like it. Sarah?
And those videos and those smart doorbells, they are everywhere now. And police departments like this one right here, they want your help making it a resource.
You see, he was hiding by that bush right there, and he had a gun in his hand right now.
Jeremy Fox bought and installed a smart doorbell on his Florissant home for package deliveries. But what he found recently surprised him.
And I rewinded and zoomed in to it. It was a BB gun.
Fox says some kids had been running up to cars, trying to intimidate neighbors. So he found this video, posted it online.
10 minutes later, a cop pulled up my house and asked, did I register on the Florissant website? And I said, no, I ain't know nothing about that. And then he started telling me that I can register my ring.
As these smart doorbells become more and more common, police say they hope you'll use your video not just to keep yourself safe, but register and help your neighbors as well.
Policing is growing with technology, which I think is really cool.
Officer Steve Michael has been promoting Florissant PD's home camera list since it launched. One of the first departments in the area to allow residents to register their surveillance systems.
We need the help from our citizens and our residents to be our eyes and ears.
So here's how it works. If something happens and they see you have a camera, police might stop by, ask you if you caught anything. Fox says he'll sign up now.
Yeah, I'm going to register.
Taking a cue from someone caught on his camera.
This is a great neighborhood. Right. We all got to work to keep that.
So the program is 100% voluntary, and so far they say they have about 100 people who have signed up, even getting attention from other departments who want to launch similar programs, like St. Charles County, who launched theirs in the past month. And already, they say on the very first day, they had people signing up for their registry. In Florissant, Sarah Maki, 5 on your side.
Have you registered for your area's security camera program? Jefferson County and Kirkwood started building their list of homes with businesses with cameras last October. Chesterfield, Florissant, and St. Peters also created similar databases last year, and the Hills Neighborhood Association even pitched in money to buy cameras for their residents. A little girl nearly kidnapped from a Metrolink station. This happened yesterday at the North Hanley station in North St. Louis County. Our Jenna Barnes is live there tonight with what prosecutors believe this kidnapper said to that little girl. Jenna.
And one mom we talked to out here tonight told me this story makes her want to hold her kids tighter. Prosecutors say yesterday a mom was leaving this metro station with her 2 kids, a boy and a girl, when a stranger came up to the 10-year-old girl, put his hands on her waist, grabbed her arm, and told her, "Come with me, follow me home." Well, the girl didn't do that, and police arrested the man. But just the fact that it happened here worries the parents we spoke to.
It's just sad that you have people out here like that, to try to take kids. An instant, you can turn your head and then turn back, your kid's gone. It's that quick. It's just a scary situation.
Police arrested Fletcher Johnson. He's charged with attempted child kidnapping. He's being held on a $150,000 cash-only bond. But if he does bond out, he is not allowed on Metro property. We also talked to a Metro spokeswoman tonight who tells us they do not plan to increase security here because that suspect is in custody. Live in North St. Louis County, Jenna Barnes, 5 on your side.
An SUV crashed into a house in West Belleville this afternoon. No one was home at the time of the crash. Belleville Fire posted these photos to Facebook, and you can see a firefighter breaking through a window to see if anyone is inside. The driver was taken to the hospital. Tempers flared tonight at St. Louis County Council over the proposed expansion of the Americas Center. Explore St. Louis has been pushing for this move for months. Chris Davis was inside the meeting. Chris, was the controversy over that expansion itself tonight?
Not really, Ann. Councilman Ernie Trakas was the only one that was really pushing to question whether the expansion was needed. Everyone else was focused on how the rest of that money after the bonds are paid for would be spent. And that's when things got testy.
Can you smell it? Can you? Because I can smell it from up here and it stinks.
For a debate about expanding the convention center, talk in this chamber had little to do with that and focused more on what would be done with the money left over.
And again, I have no problem with having a North County recreational and entertainment complex. I just don't think it should come from these funds.
Councilwoman Hazel Irby suggested at least 35% of excess money after the convention center bonds are paid should go towards a proposed recreational center up in North County. That enraged Councilman Ernie Trakas.
Shame on this body. Shame on it. And shame on my Democratic colleagues if they pass this vote tonight.
Which led to fireworks right before the vote.
I felt that it was bullying.
Really?
I did.
Well, that's how I felt when you came up before this being started and told me you were going to move the bill after you told me you were going to hold it. The simple fact of the matter is, wait a minute, nobody,
I told you if I moved it, I would tell you that.
Right. Nobody on my side of the aisle has reached over and worked with Democrats more than me.
Can we just go on with the vote? Would that be good?
In one of the closest votes this year, 4-3, the council passed the bill, meaning the $175 million expansion plan can now move forward. And so too can plans for a proposed North County Recreation Center. After the meeting, Irby defended her decision.
So what? North County deserves it. We've always been left out. Why shouldn't I fight for my community as well as he does for his?
Now, this was the last puzzle piece in this whole big experiment, so the city has already approved their piece of it. That means the expansion can now move forward, Ann.
And Chris, during this meeting, did any of the council members have anything to say about the fact that County Executive Steve Stenger had a high-profile staffer resign today? Do they think he can still effectively lead, or did they have any comment about that resignation?
That didn't come up in the meeting, but we did talk to a few council members beforehand, and they say their biggest concern is, listen, they are obviously concerned about these vacancies, but even more so that these vacancies will stay open, that there's so much turmoil around this federal investigation into the county executive that he won't be able to fill these key positions and it'll weaken his leadership. We wanted to obviously ask the county executive about this, but for the third straight week in a row, he left the meeting early.
All right, Chris Davis, thank you. A man convicted of killing his wife and 2 kids is asking for a new trial. That tops tonight's Nightcap. Chris Coleman's family was murdered in their Columbia, Illinois home in 2009. His attorneys claim there were problems with the first trial and the jury didn't see certain evidence. They also say Coleman's affair with another woman played a role in the jury's decision. The judge did not grant a new trial, but he did give the okay for an evidentiary hearing. The date for that new hearing hasn't been set. A man who was in jail for allegedly beating his wife is now accused of killing her after he was bailed out by a nonprofit. Samuel Scott was bailed out on April 9th by the Bail Project. Later that night, his wife ended up in the hospital and died on Sunday. Scott is charged with first-degree murder. St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner says she plans to meet with the Bail Project later this week. A woman accused of beating a KIPP Academy school bus driver has been charged. Tiandra Williams is the woman in this video that went viral last week. She's been charged with assault, 5 counts of endangering a child, and trespassing on a school bus. A new group in St. Louis is looking to make I-270 safer. The I-270 North Project held a meeting tonight with MoDOT. They want to improve the stretch of 270 between 70 and the Chain of Rocks Bridge. A debt-free education seems nearly impossible these days. But Washington University is hoping to make it possible for medical students. The school has committed $100 million over the next decade for scholarships. The average debt of a WashU med student over the past 5 years was nearly $100,000. Now, more than half of the students in each class will have either free or reduced tuition.
Medical students are more and more choosing their career pathways based on higher earning potential and an attempt to reduce their total debt. We hope that they'll go into any of the specialties that they're interested in, but also to work in an academic field.
Physicians in the academic field work in teaching hospitals, do research, and advocate in the medical community. WashU representatives say they hope those scholarships will also attract students from more diverse ethnic and socioeconomic backgrounds. 29 new firefighters graduated the St. Louis County Fire Academy today. They worked for over 3 months to get to this graduation day, and now they are the 106th recruit class from the academy.
It is such a humbling feeling to be able to be part of helping the next generation become better firefighters than the people that are on the trucks today, and put everybody on those trucks in a position where they can better serve the community that relies on them in their time of need.
Now for the next big step, the new graduates begin their job search. Pledging to rebuild Notre Dame. The timeline the French president is proposing to fix the historic cathedral.
Another warm day, but a cold front will bring a big drop in temperatures and the potential for severe storms. I'm timing it all out.
And a family nearly misses getting
I'm going to give something back to these kids. I'm going to show them that they are worth it. For people to come behind that act of kindness, it shows me that there's really a lot of love still in this world. You don't have to have a PhD, or you don't have to be a millionaire to be a philanthropist. You could be as simple as a $23,000 a year, $11.68 an hour custodian. You just have to have a heart of compassion and be full of love.